Hello Libra, welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie and this is your August 2022 Tarotscope. If you're curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. So let's jump right in, Libra, and see what's going on for you this month. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what does Libra need to know for August 2022, please? Okay. That was fast. I'm super excited to see what you have going on here. So fast, Libra. Wow. Tell us more, please. What does Libra need to know for August 2022? What does Libra need to know, please? Can you give us some clarity? What does Libra need to know for August 2022, please? Okay, thank you. Thank you. What does Libra need to know for August 2022, please? Okay, thank you. Yep. What else? I feel like there's like at least one more in here. What else does Libra need to know, please? What else does Libra need to know for August 2022? Thank you. And why might this be happening, please? Why might Libra be experiencing these things? Why is this happening for Libra this month, please? Ooh. Thank you. And finally, what would Libra's angels like to share with them? Thank you. Okay, let me just move these to the side. What do you have going on here? So first out is the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late and new possibilities. Interestingly enough, Libra, this almost feels to me like a second chance at life. Now, I don't know what that means for you. Maybe you experienced some debilitating illness or some sort of what feels like a catastrophic life event that may have taken place. It feels to me like this could have been at any point in your lifetime where things just fell apart, right? And I don't know what that looks like for you, but it seems to me like you're being given an opportunity to really move past whatever this thing was, and really experience something new. I feel like it's interesting because I'm seeing like a doorway and it's cracked, right? Just enough to let some light out. And everything around it is dark. And it's interesting because it's almost like there's this fear that I'm feeling of what's through that doorway. Like I know that there's a light there, but I don't know that I want to go there because I don't know what's on the other side, right? And it's interesting because it feels like there's fear holding you back, or that there's fear that has held you back from something. But I do feel like there is things that are being illuminated for you, or have been. So for some of you, I feel like this will take place over the course of August. And for others, I feel like there are things here that have already been brought to your attention, that you've already been made aware of. Steps that you can take or things that you can do to really kind of put this in full motion or put this in full swing, right? But I do feel like there's an energy here of needing to release yourself from whatever it was that happened, because for some reason it feels like this could have been some fault of yours, in the sense that, you know, maybe you made some choices and those choices led to consequences or effects, as it were. And these things, you know, impacted your life in some way, shape, or form. And it feels like there's this need to allow yourself to move on from them, because it almost feels to me like it's like, what choice do I have? That's actually what I'm hearing. What choice do I have? It's like, I'm just going to take whatever's coming, because it's essentially, I don't want to say like what you deserve, but like it's too late to undo the thing. So I'm just going to accept what's been given to me. And there's this energy of letting it go, right? To bring a new possibility. Okay. Interesting. What else do we have here? Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. For some of you, this may have to do with family. And I don't mean your soul family or your chosen family, but your actual blood family. It's really weird, but there's an energy that I'm getting of, I don't know, maybe your family is like really hard on you or expects a lot from you. And you may feel like they don't ever like give you a break, or there's a lot of like negative energy or something like that. And this feels to me like having compassion for those people who you experience this through, because it's meant to be showing you something. Okay. If you've ever read, or rather, if you haven't, check out the book, Your Soul's Plan. I think it's by, oh gosh, Robert Schwartz, I think is his name, without looking at it. And there are situations in there. For example, this is one that's really coming through strongly right now, one of the stories from that book. There was a woman who experienced her mother in a way that she was like very, I don't want to say toxic, but not very nice. Okay. And when they were creating that soul plan, like the mother didn't want to do that. Like, I don't want to speak to you in that way. I don't want to treat you that way. And that person's soul was like, no, but I need you to, because this is what I need to grow from. This is what I need to learn in this lifetime. This is what I need to experience in order to overcome this thing. And so there's this energy of having compassion for them, because what they're doing is meant to be showing you something. And from a soul level, they love you unconditionally, which is why they've agreed to treat you in the way that they do. That may not resonate with everyone, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's this energy here that's showing up. So you may want to check that book out, right? Maybe give it a listen or give it a read, whatever you choose, or don't. It's up to you. But it may resonate with you. And I feel like there's something here about realizing that I don't know, for some of you, this could be your mother, right? Like that they deserve compassion and as well, right? They're doing the best that they can, just like you are. Just because they're older than you doesn't mean that they know more than you. It doesn't mean that they understand more than you. It doesn't mean that they're better than you, right? All it means is that they're older. They've been alive longer in this incarnation. That's it, right? So like, give them some compassion, give them some grace this month. But I feel like there's an energy here of like giving out what you want to experience. Like, in order to experience, I feel compassion maybe from your mother, or, you know, that sense of being understood or seen. There's this, like, give that to them. Extend to them what you want to experience. Try that. This feels complicated. Feels complicated. Because it feels like there's a lot of tension. And I feel like for some of you, there's this energy of being pushed to the max, or pulled to the max, or stretched thin in this relationship. And again, this could, for some of you, I feel like this is your mother. For others of you, there's this energy of returning to each other. And this could have something to do with a partner, a friend, maybe a job. For some, that's a very small few. But I feel like this comes through opening up. Like I'm being very drawn to how the flower on this card is open. And then I believe this is Isis, or no, maybe Hathor in the background. I think that's actually Isis in the background there with the arms stretched out, right, open. And there's this energy of being open to not only receiving compassion, but giving it as well, and seeing the humanity in everything and every situation, understanding that people are experiencing things at different levels from different perspectives. And we, no matter how hard we try, cannot know fully what that feels like, right? So for some of you, I feel like there's a need to get to know your mom. I don't know who that's for, but there feels like this need to get to know your mother, to see them as a human being, right? Or at the very, very least, to understand that they themselves are a human being and they don't know what the fuck they're doing either. Right? So at the very least, that there's this need for that for some of you. I also feel like for some, there's this energy to give yourself some compassion, truly. Like, give yourself some fucking grace, because we're all just trying to make it, right? So give it, like, allow yourself to experience that, right? The more you hold on to things and essentially carry, like, how do I word this? It's almost as if you're like punishing yourself for other people, like carrying their resentment for you and just hanging on to it. And the longer you do that, the less likely you are to experience compassion in your external world, because you are failing to give yourself that same compassion. So there's this energy of allowing yourself to do that. And for others of you, this could have to do with you actually being a mother, and this second chance or this opportunity is never too late. Return to your child. I want to say as well, this could apply to a father as well. Just because the mother rose is out here doesn't mean it's specifically geared toward just the mother, right? If you're a male or a father tuning into this, this could also be for you as well, right? It's never too late for you to establish a relationship or to experience something new with someone, right? So I don't know, that may resonate with you. We have here, we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, and living in connection. So I just have to say, like, in this space right here, like, I'm seeing that as roots. And there's this energy of, like, I mean, I understand that says becoming grounded, right? But there's this energy of, like, this having something to do with your roots, something to do with, again, like, I don't know, maybe it's trauma and things you've experienced in your past, in your childhood, that rolled into your adult life, potentially. And so there's this energy of, like, needing to understand your roots and, like, why things have happened the way that they have. I do feel like for some of you, there's this need to get out in nature. Like, for some of you, and I don't know, this must be for someone specific or a specific few of you, but I'm getting this message of, like, turn the TV off. Put your phone down. Get out in nature. Live from a space of being connected to things, because it feels to me like there's almost like this, I don't want to, nothing, right? Like, I'm keeping all the things out. And even if you do open up to things, it feels like it's like, I'm just going to crack the door. Release fear. I don't know why. Like, I'm getting this fear energy coming up around connection, right? Connection. I'm actually going to pull the book and read. I don't know. I feel like I need to. I don't do it very often, Libra. But when I feel called to do so, I will, because there's likely some thread of information here for someone. So let me just find this real quick, and then I'll read this to you. Okay, so it says here, we've built a world on top of the world. If you look up the word nature in a dictionary, you'll see a reference to plants, animals, and landscapes, as opposed to humans. We speak of getting into nature or getting grounded as something we need to do. We've forgotten that we don't exist in nature. We are nature. Indigenous earth-based traditions have always seen the planet and all beings as interconnected and sacred. Humans as one with the earth itself. The earth and Mother Rose are calling us back to the earth to weave the sacred back in, to weave nature back into the center of our everyday lives, to see ourselves as nature and to spend more time interacting with the living natural world, returning to nature. How's your connection with nature? What's your relationship with your own body? How can you live in a more grounded way? This card is an invitation to develop a deeper connection with the earth, to actively spend time with the physical natural world around you, to tend it, and to take your place as a custodian of it, to see the sacred in all of life, to notice the changing seasons around you and within you, and to remember that you too are a part of the earth's ever-changing landscape. To remember that you are nature and that you'll always find your true nature in nature. To embrace your body as your home and the planet as your mother. How can you connect more deeply with nature and your own true nature? How can you return more to the earth? So reading that, for me, I feel like this is really coming back to yourself, Libra. This feels to me like coming back to who you truly are, right? Because here we're talking about living in nature and realizing that we are indeed nature itself, in physical form, like we are a part of nature. And it feels to me like there is this need to come to that understanding, like come back to who you are, come back to your roots, come back to your soul truth, and live in that, live in this understanding that you are connected with everything, right? I also feel like coming back home to yourself will, I feel, help you help allow you to see that it's never too late, that you do deserve a second chance at whatever it is. And you do deserve compassion, right? And to sit in your humanity, like I'm only human. I'm doing what I can moment by moment, right? We also have here the wild rose. Yes, do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness and untamed. Again, coming back to you. Doing things the way that you feel resonate with you, right? Not letting somebody tell you that you're wrong. Okay? That's not to say that we don't make mistakes and that we shouldn't take responsibility for them, because we absolutely should. Okay? But just because someone tells you that this is their way of doing it and you do it differently doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means that you do things differently. Right? I feel that there's not, like, there's this energy of not putting yourself in a box, like not going through a checklist of like who you are or who you're supposed to be or how you're supposed to act or the things you're supposed to have or whatever, right? It's like, no, I am just going through life. I'm experiencing things. I'm just living, just being. Allow yourself to just be and embrace who you are. Embrace the fact that you don't do things the same way everybody else does, and you're not fucking meant to. Life would be so boring if we were all the same. It would be so absolutely boring. And there would be no point to us being here at all. Because what would we learn if we were all the same? You are made the way that you're made for a reason, right? For others to experience you and for them to learn and grow through that experience with you, regardless of what that looks like. So you do have a lot of tarot here. Let's see what you got, Libra. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This is interesting. This is greediness, stinginess, possessiveness. And I get the feeling here that I don't know why I'm getting this, but it feels to me like for some of you, you may be given the second chance, right? And you're like, okay, well, what strings are attached with the second chance? Like, you may feel like there's a catch to getting a second chance, right? Like, I don't know, what do I have to give up? Or, you know, what kind of punishment is going to be? Ooh, that's a weird feeling in my throat I just got. What is the punishment that will be put upon me through the second chance, right? It's almost like nothing comes free, if you will. Like there's this feeling of, okay, I'm being given a second chance, but that's going to mean that there's something that comes along with it. There's some sort of string attached to that I have to like give up or abide by or something, right? There's a fear of that. Maybe that comes with, you know, this energy of, again, being given a second chance, or maybe you felt like you've never really been able to kind of do things the way that you want, right? Because there's been those strings attached to things. So I don't know. It's interesting. It feels to me like there may be something opening up for you, which helps you to see a second chance without strings being attached or worrying about strings being attached, right? But I feel like if that is true, that it feels to me like there's this need to first step into who you're supposed to be, really becoming or sitting in who you are, and allowing this. It's like giving yourself a second chance to perpetuate a second chance in your physical world. Take that if it resonates with you. High Priestess in reverse. This is loss of self. Maybe that's what you're worried about. Maybe that's the strings that you're worried about being attached. Like, oh, well, if I take the second chance, then I have to give up this part of myself, right? Like I have to deny my own truth. Because the High Priestess and the upright is that divine truth, that wisdom, that intuition, that inner voice, right? And in the reverse, it's this energy of like loss of yourself and repressing parts of yourself or keeping secrets, right? Maybe you think that there's a hidden agenda to this person giving you a second chance or you being given a second chance. But I don't feel like that's the case. I mean, if you make it that way, right, that's something you'll have to deal with, but I don't feel like that's the case here. You have the Four of Swords as well in the reverse, and this is stress, burnout, restlessness. This loss of self, I feel, is wearing you down. This worry about strings being attached and worry about giving up yourself and not doing or experiencing life or your, yeah, thank you, not experiencing life or things the way you would like to, and fearing that you will have essentially no control, right? There, I just feel like you're just sitting in a state of stress. And I feel like that stress, part of that is coming from the fact that you are denying yourself. You've lost yourself to something, right? So there's this need, I feel, to get back to yourself. You may see repeating fours this month as well as a sign that there's definitely something here for you. Potentially 4-4 could be important. You have the moon. The moon is illusions, unclarity, right? It's also, it can be as well your intuition, okay, or your unconscious, like coming forward. But it feels to me like there are illusions here that you need to let go of, because I feel like it's almost like you've taken on an identity that someone handed you and you've bought and sold it. Maybe someone told you like you're a piece of shit and you're like, okay, that's an illusion. Okay, that's an illusion. That's something you've bought and sold as your truth, but it's not. And I feel like somewhere along the way, you've bought and sold so many of these things as your truth that you've lost yourself. And I feel like this month is for you to get back to yourself. It's like a second chance of you coming home to you, right? But this is going to take you focusing on yourself, giving to yourself, nurturing yourself, essentially being a mother to yourself, right? I feel like this is about you coming home to you. Page of Pentacles, wanting something new, the desire for something new. This could also be new things showing up in your reality. You know, once you come to this realization and allow this and allow these things to sink in, allow them to be integrated into your being, start changing things and doing things and moving this energy around, releasing it, healing it. I feel like there are going to be opportunities that open up for you. The pages are often messengers. And when we think about pentacles, these are things in your physical world, like your health, your finances, your job, your living situation, right? Those sorts of things. So I feel like as you start to heal this and come back home to yourself and really see through all of these illusions, I feel like you will start to essentially stand on your own, right? And I feel like you'll start to experience changes in your reality, because it's almost like, for example, if you tell you consciously are like, I'm a piece of shit, I don't deserve nothing, that is what you're telling the universe, and the universe says, okay. Right? So once you see through that illusion and you move past that, I feel like you will start to experience things changing in your reality that really truly are what you desire, right? That really, I feel, made, I don't know, it just feels like your physical world like calming down a little bit, right? Yeah, you have the Tower here in the reverse as well. And here's the thing. Let me first start by saying the Tower out here in the reverse, after what I've already seen, is saying to me that you can avoid disaster or further disaster if you can see through the illusions and through the bullshit and really stand on your own and give back to you and acknowledge you and start making changes in your physical world, changing your mindset, changing your habits, all these sorts of things, giving back to yourself, showing yourself love, coming home to you, right? Like if you're single, stay that way. If this resonates with you and you're single, stay that way. Because I feel like this is about you coming home to you and giving back to you without any outside influence, like learning how to love yourself. Of course, what do I know? I'm just a girl on YouTube. Follow your intuition and your own discernment. But it feels to me like you having that alone time. Again, I got that message of like, turn the TV off, put your phone down, right? Getting alone with you, I feel, is so important. And a lot of us fear that. A lot of us fear that because then we have to hear our own shit. Okay, so there's this energy of letting yourself experience that. But Tower in reverse here is this energy of, again, like disaster avoided. And I feel like doing this will help you to further avoid more disaster. Or there is this energy here of it's this feeling of I don't want to, how do I word this? It's not so much avoiding disaster, but it's like, I feel like for some of you, you've gotten information, new information that's come in, right? To kind of say, hey, this might be something for you. And oftentimes when those things come in, it is for us, okay? Those things that resonate, you're like, okay, that makes sense, yeah, right? But it feels to me like there's this energy of like potentially not wanting to acknowledge some of the things, like a fear of acknowledging some of the things for fear of like reliving it and suffering through that fear again, or that thing again, that experience again, right? But it's like in order to heal it, you've got to deal with it, right? So you're not avoiding the struggle or the pain by not addressing it. You're only prolonging that struggle, that pain, right? So there's an energy here of seeing through the illusion, seeing through the bullshit, following your intuition to get you closer to your desires, to experience something different and avoid disaster, further disaster. I don't know why I keep feeling like I need to say that. Yeah. Again, coming back to you, you have Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Coming back to you. If you've been like, why? Right? You just find yourself asking like, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why does this keep happening? Da 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 da. Come back to you. This is about you coming back to you. Stop giving your focus to the other things, the people, the job, the family, the whatever. Focus on you. Learn how to love you. Learn how to be everything you need for you. And then when someone else is attracted to that and sees you doing that, and whoever that is, it doesn't have to be somebody romantic, right? But when they see that you're doing that, like, and they come into your experience, not only can you keep your footing regardless of what happens, but also them coming in is just essentially like icing on the cake, right? Because you already fill your own cup. You don't need anybody to do it for you, right? You don't need approval. You don't need nothing. You are doing it your way because you're fulfilled all on your own, right? So I feel like there's this energy here of bringing balance back into yourself by giving back to yourself. Okay. Your angels want to say to you this month, Earth Angel, thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you. Yeah, and that's that energy of compassion and humanity. Okay. That is the energy of compassion and humanity. Like, this is that energy of seeing people for who they are and understanding that just because you're struggling doesn't mean that others aren't struggling, right? Like, for example, if you resonate with this whole mother situation, seeing them as a human being, right? And like, I have this little phrase, like, I like, what would Jesus do? And I know it's kind of like, I don't know, 90s-ish, maybe 2000s-ish, but early 2000s. But it's this energy of like, what would Jesus do in this moment? Because I can react in the way that I've been taught or shown, or the only way I know how, but is that going to benefit me? Is that going to be the kind of energy that I want to bring back into my reality? Because what you want to experience, you must first give out. So there's this energy of, seeing, essentially, even possibly seeing like other people. I feel like there's other people who are in your reality who come in as like earth angels that essentially see you for on a soul level versus your mistakes or your bullshit or whatever the case may be. And I feel like those people are here as guides for you, as people to help inspire you, right? Like, those are messages that they're delivering to you from your angels as like a dumb channel. In other words, they're delivering you messages from your angels that they don't even realize that's what they're doing, right? And I feel like there are these people in your life, and I feel like there's this need to pay attention to them because I feel like they're essentially drawing a map for you. If you can put the pieces together, maybe journal. That might help to put the pieces together, to see them in front of your face, right? But I do feel like there's this energy of you also embodying this earth angel energy and being compassionate toward other people, and essentially being kind and forgiving and understanding and nurturing, right? Like, be all the things that you need to experience in your own life, or you want to experience in your own life. Give that to other people, and then you will start to experience it as well. We also have your spirit animal. Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. Yeah, I feel like you could be seeing animals around you this month that are speaking to you in regards to your journey. For some reason, I'm getting birds, but not like on here, there's like a falcon or an eagle or something. I'm getting more along the lines of like cardinals or robins or blue jays or sparrows or something like that. I feel like you may be seeing birds that are trying to communicate messages with you. So if you do keep seeing the same birds over and over and over again, I would, suggest maybe looking that up on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Google, and reading through some, spiritual meaning of seeing a cardinal, for example, and then reading through that, and whatever's resonating with you, taking that and applying it to your life, right? For some of you, this is really strange. I feel like you may see a fox or foxes, and that may be a symbol for some of you. Maybe that's important to somebody who's listening right now. But I'm seeing foxes, or the orange foxes. You may see them in your physical reality or your virtual reality, so social media, YouTube, that sort of thing. Also like advertisements, perhaps. But I do feel like the animal spirit world could be trying to communicate with you this month, to share with you things that you may need to know about yourself or your journey, or things that could help click things, right? You have don't hate, meditate. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. Yeah, here's the thing. I want to lovingly say that meditation can look very different for everyone. For me, it looks like me driving around in my car with my music blaring, subwoofer blaring, and me essentially being able to quiet or distract my human mind and just allowing God to speak to me. That is my form of meditation. That is what brings me peace. For you, maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's, sitting down and actually meditating, like you see the angel here on the card. Maybe for some of you, that is, chilling in a hammock for a little bit, laying on a park bench. I don't know, whatever it looks like for you, fishing. I don't know. But whatever it is that brings you this peace of mind and allows you to quiet your mind so that you can connect with yourself and your guides and your creator, the universe, God, whatever you like to call it, I feel like this is going to be beneficial for you. Again, that energy of turn the TV off, turn the phone off, and get quiet with you. Because I feel like your soul is trying to speak to you, but you can't hear it through all the noise. Whether that's the noise of your own mind, the noise of a TV, the noise of a phone, the noise of a friend, the noise of a partner, the noise of all the fucking shit, whatever it looks like. There's an energy here of you giving back to you and getting away from the noise of everything. Okay? And finally, yes, you have peace and harmony. Archangel Raguel, thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in harmonious light. This is being given to you. This is the opportunity that's being given to you to find and bring forward peace and harmony into your life by accepting, releasing fear, okay, and accepting a second chance, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of your fears, seeing through the illusions that you for whatever reason, like, don't deserve a second chance, or that there's strings attached or something, right? But this is about you coming back to yourself and bringing peace and harmony into your life by coming home to you, bringing balance back into your life by coming home to you, balancing yourself out, which is, I mean, come on, Libra, like, you guys are all about the balance, the scales, right? So I feel like there's this energy here of bringing that peace and balance back into your life by giving back to you and loving you. Seeing you for who you truly are, not for what everybody's told you you are. Because I feel like you've bought and sold a lot of bullshit about yourself that is so far from the truth. It's other people's perceptions of you. And you've bought them and sold them as your own, right? Like, oh, so-and-so said I'm a piece of shit. You're right, I'm a piece of shit. And then you go tell somebody else, like, I'm a piece of shit. So you've bought it from somebody else, and then you've sold it. And that further ingrains the belief into your brain, and you perpetuate that. And the things that you do will continue to prove that to yourself because it's a belief you have, right? So this is really about bringing that balance back and getting back to you and stripping away all of the bullshit and the illusions to really truly see yourself and bring that peace and harmony back into your life. Okay? Big month for you, Libra, it feels like. The bottom of the deck here, you have the rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, and living courageously. The living courageously part is standing out to me big. For some of you, you may have a calling to, like, a light worker calling, maybe be a healer, a tarot reader, an energy reader, some form of mentor or spiritual guide or something like that, right? Maybe it's Reiki, I don't know, whatever it is. For some of you, you may have that. You may even channel for some of you, right? Because we do have this mystic energy here. But again, standing out to me is that living courageously, because you do have as well the wild rose, right? Do it your way, embrace your uniqueness. In other words, like, don't be afraid to be who you are. Now, if who you are is like running around creating chaos in people's life, you can just go ahead and not take that advice. But if, you know what I'm saying? Like, but don't be afraid to be who you are. Maybe you're a little bit loud. Maybe you're a little bit over the top. Maybe not everybody gets you. And that's perfectly fucking fine, because that's not how it's supposed to be. You are designed the way you're designed for a very good fucking reason. A very good reason. You have things to teach people. No matter what. No matter what you're experiencing, no matter what stage of your life you're at, no matter what, nothing. You have things that you can teach people, that you can show people, right? And so I feel like this is important for you to be courageous in who you are and be courageous as you face yourself, right? I'm seeing this like as like facing yourself, being courageous as you face yourself. Because I feel like this is about clearing some energies and healing things. You have the Fool in reverse. This is an energy of, okay, so this is new beginnings, the Fool in the upright. I feel like there's part of you that's resisting a new beginning, right? Because in order to resist, or in order to experience new beginning, you have to let go of control. And I feel like there's a fear there. Like, I feel like there's this almost anxiety that you perpetuate because you're trying to make sure that you're making the right choices, and you're trying, like, sometimes we just have to release and trust that we're doing the right thing, right? Like, but in the reverse, the Fool is often this energy of like being taken advantage of, or being naive, or being reckless. So I feel, and I want to say this so very lovingly, there's an energy here of like you continuing to essentially ignore your truth, like who you truly are, and to continue to essentially perpetuate these ideas that you are, I don't know, not enough, or you're, I don't know why I keep getting like a piece of shit. I don't know why I keep, that could be for someone very specific, you guys. I'm really not trying to like be condescending or mean or anything like that. Like, it's literally what just keeps coming in my head. So like by continuing to perpetuate that, I feel like there's this energy of like being reckless with your own life, because I feel like how much can one really take? I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's like, how much can one really take? Like, what are you losing by going for a new experience? Because I feel like for some of you, and this is not for everyone, and I want to say this with so much love, but for some of you, there's this energy of like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. So it's like, what do you have to lose by allowing a new beginning, by taking a second chance, by experiencing something new, by giving yourself a second chance? What do you have to lose? Because I feel like you're already there. You're already at your wit's end. You've already had enough. So what do you have to lose? Follow your intuition and take it as it resonates with you. Okay? You have Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Again, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? If you fall on your fucking face, God will pick you up. Your creator will pick you up. It always does. It always does. Always offers you a new opportunity, a second chance, a third chance, a 50th, a 60th, a 100th. It doesn't matter. Right? So what do you have to lose? You also have here, take a step back. Yes, I'm telling you, get away from the noise. Thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. Yeah, I'm telling you, get away from the noise of the world, right? Take whatever time you can to step back and be with you. Okay? Also, to release this, whatever this is you're carrying around, where you've come to believe that you should be punished, or nothing's ever going to go your way, or you're just a failure, or whatever it is, right? Release these thought patterns, this mindset, these behavioral patterns of repeating and essentially perpetuating the belief of, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, I don't know enough, I'll never be enough, it's never going to get better, I don't know what to do. You know, all of these feelings of turmoil. Step back from that, release it. It's not serving you. It's not helping you to grow, right? There's this energy, again, of giving yourself a second chance. And I feel like if you get alone with yourself and give yourself some space and time to really feel yourself and hear yourself, I feel like it's going to do wonders for you, especially if you make it a habit, especially if you continue to do it over and over and over again, right? Like do it through the month of August. See what happens. What do you have to lose, right? So, wow, big energies, lots of things that you seem to be healing and dealing with this month, Libra, but you've got this. You've got this, and God's got you. You are very supported. Know that. Very, very supported. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate you. I appreciate your time and your energy. I want to say, if something in this reading resonated with you, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, and or subscribing. It really does help the channel to grow, and it might help someone else find this information so that they can use it as well. So I truly do appreciate you sharing and doing the things so, so much. Have an incredible month, Libra. Have an incredible month. Be brave, be courageous, take care of your beautiful, beautiful soul, and I hope to see you on the next one.